Hi guys, welcome to another speed build on my channel. It's Kati here, and today we're building Dutch townhouses, which took me a really long time, but this is the first part, as you can see by the title probably, but we're going to be building Dutch townhouses. Yeah, uh, this is already a great start, but we're right now building the canal for the Dutch townhouses, and we're using pools. If top tip, if anyone wants to build canals in their Sims. I don't know why though, but well, if you're building Dutch townhouses like me, yeah. This is the second time I'm recording this one because I just recorded it and I was like, wait, what did I talk about? Because I have a list of things that I like to talk about just to kind of keep some sort of structure in my builds, and I skipped so many cool stories and so many things that I would like, which I completely blew over my head. And so I'm going to redo it again because I think I was delusional last time, but it's only like 2 minutes after I recorded that one, so get ready. But yeah, we're building those townhouses, and it was actually a really long speed build, as I said before. It's an hour of 8 to speed, so it took me 8 hours in total to build this, and I did actually cut out quite a few little parts of especially the interior, because the exterior was planned for me. I have a sketch right here in my notebook, so look at me being organized, actually sketching out my idea, because I knew it was going to be a big build and I wanted to try and do it in one part, which maybe would have been 40 minutes, but it ended up being an hour, and I can't talk for an hour that long. Like that wouldn't happen. That wasn't going to happen, guys. So I decided to turn it into 2 parts so that I can breathe in between, get more ideas for stories and like things to tell you, so that I can tell you more. So I'm already slightly tired since I've already recorded half an hour and then decided not to keep it. So this is definitely gonna be probably worse, but if it's up to you with this video, it probably wasn't as bad, so that works. Good job. And we're right now building the bases of the townhouses. I decided to go with do different roof shapes for each townhouse, because I went to the Netherlands, so I got like a real life experience earlier this holiday, because it took me because I took so many pictures and I sketched all of this out in an airport on the way to Iceland, and I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Definitely has been my longest build, and I have to say that I am getting prouder of each build that I do in The Sims. Sometimes there's like one off where this is like I'm happy with the build, but this one I'm really happy with how it turned out, because I planned it out and everything, and it was quite fun to create. So as you can see, the townhouses are coming in shape, and they are getting their windows done at the moment. The windows were also planned. Like the whole exterior and the width of all the houses was planned, except for the last townhouse on the right. And that one, it ends up being 1 block wider, because then the sides of the lot would only be, there would be one side where it's 2 blocks wide and there's one side was 3, and that would have drove me too crazy. And it was nice to have a bigger space in one of them, so I could really work and have fun with it and go crazy on it, even though it wasn't that crazy. But now I shall tell you about my holidays, because that's basically, the holidays have gone too fast for me. I don't want to go to school. My school starts tomorrow. I don't want to do it because I've had such a blast this holidays. I was really happy with how my holidays were. I did a lot of active things, but then when I was home I was very unactive, which is very natural for me. So I got like the best of both worlds, I guess. Quoting Hannah Montana. Did anyone get that? No. But yeah, school's coming up, and I know normally for me at the end of the school year, at the end of summer, it's like, oh, it'll be exciting to see my new friends and all that cheesy stuff, and watching back to school. I haven't watched any back to school videos. I haven't even gone back to school shopping this year, and it's literally like the last day, and it's already 3 p.m. And so, but I want to, because the thing is, you always get in this trap. I just want to tell you, you always get in this trap where you buy stuff that you don't end up needing. And so I want to go to school, ask what I want from the teachers directly, get I'll write out a list, and then go once and never have to do it again. Because you keep on going back for the week, and it's not nice, and you waste your summer getting stressed about, wait, what do I have to bring, even though in the end they can't really penalize you if you don't bring anything to school that day, unless they specifically told you before otherwise. So I don't really know. I know that like half my class don't even know their schedule, because they announce it in the back to school barbecue, which is on the Saturday, which was on Saturday, and only a few people went to see their schedules. And so I do have an idea of what's coming up for me on that day, but it's also going to be just a day where they're trying to get like everyone together and stuff. And it'll be like, the first days to school aren't that bad, because they're going to be like, oh, you're going to have a great time, it'll be fun. I just need a moment of silence to let that. No, I have to admit, I am a bit of like slightly nerdy. My family's quite nerdy and all. Yeah, I have a very nerdy family, but I'm the least nerdy out of all of them, and we all don't really enjoy school. We've all never been a huge fan of school. Because we're human. But back to my holidays, that's where I was actually going with this. I don't know how we got there. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I just want to talk about the canal for a second, because maybe one of you might ask a question how I did it. I did a foundation as the bridge, so it gives like some rising over the canal. For the boat, I sized up a toy boat from the kids' part, and I sized it up one top tip. I can't size up on my German keyboard because I couldn't find a function for the life of me, but I have managed to find a setting where I can like quickly change my keyboard to American. So I'm using an American keyboard when I build do speed builds, and if I forget, it really annoys me. So half the time when I press record, I'm like, oh, I'm too committed, but then I'm too committed to the recording part, so I can't size up anything in that time. And then sometimes I just go back and quickly size up all the things that I want to size up. But I did size up that. Oh, I am so sorry, I just hit my microphone. Okay, that's professional. I was waving around a pen like a crazy person. But sizing up, you use the Shift plus key on an American keyboard, I think. You can, there's so many like tutorials, you can do sizing up tool and it'll tell you, but the thing is, it'll only tell you an American keyboard, because that's how they built the center off of an American keyboard. So that's actually just a really good tip if you want to use all the shortcuts and stuff that people tell in these tutorials, and you try them on your laptop and you're like, no, it doesn't work. That's the reason why. So I don't know, advice, I'm not really good at advice normally. I'm notorious for being bad at advice because I have no life experience. But yeah, so I sized up the board, but the thing is, it wouldn't go in the pool. So I did a bit of experimenting before I started speed build, just to make sure it would all work. So I had to cut out a bit of the pool, because the canal is actually a pool, just in case you're wondering. Cut out a slither of the pool by using the control, and then you build like the slither, but using control, which actually removes the pool instead of Udos it basically. And so on that slither, I put the boat on and I sized it up there. So that's how to do that if you're wondering for some reason. I don't know. And also the townhouse to the very far right, which is the biggest one, it's 7 blocks wide, but I used inspiration from townhouses that I took tons of pictures of in the Netherlands, and I took that one. The color scheme is kind of out of the picture, it's not really with the pictures, but the reason why I chose that color scheme was I wanted to do something slightly different. And there's these porcelain townhouses that you get like in KLM, and also they are in souvenir shops everywhere there, and basically they're like dark, like this dark blue and this white. So I decided to go with a blue-white color scheme to, I guess, almost honor it. I don't, to like, yeah, just to use that a new color scheme, because sometimes I wanted them to all have their own unique characteristics, each townhouse. And if you can, like, you can't see this on facecam, but I am waving around, like waving my hands around like a crazy person. This is probably like the only reason why I'm tired from doing voiceovers, because I do so many hand gestures, it's crazy. And this is also another reason why we don't do facecam. We have something visually appealing on screen too, instead of facecam. But finally, back to the point of my holidays. This is, yeah, this is, sadly, the thing is, this is still an improvement from last voiceover. But I went to Iceland and it was really good fun. It was really good fun. I got to go outside, which was really cool. And it was like, my dad loves doing outdoor, like, nature walks and going to new places. My family actually really loves traveling. I've been very fortunate with that we do invest a lot in traveling, and I've been to so many cool places. But I went to Iceland for the first time, which is really cool. I always love going to a new place. If you've been from Iceland, it's a lovely country, and it was really good fun. So you have great. It was really good fun, but we did some really cool things. We went whale watching, I was so surprised in how many humpback whales we saw. We got into like a group, they said that we were lucky, and that's like probably what they say to everyone, but it seemed like we were at the same time. But we had humpback whales, and we got to see like groups, like there was like 3 groups in one area. And you got to see them dive, and you know that, like, the classic, you know, whale tail pictures. Yeah, we got one of those. I know. And that was probably the best day by far, because just seeing so many whales like that was crazy. And I was kind of shocked, because on the flyer said, like, 99% chance of, like, getting whales, and we were like, this could be just false advertising, you know, kind of worried about it. But it was actually really good fun, and that was such a cool experience, because I have seen like dolphins before, and probably a few whales, because I've been on safaris before, but nothing truly like that, which was amazing, and I was very excited. But then my parents were like, it was really cool and everything, but my mum was sick. She had the flu. I felt sorry for my mum, but she had the flu during it. So she had to miss that day, which was really bad. But she also, since I said that my parents love traveling, they've been to Patagonia, which is like in the south of Chile, and they said they saw amazing whales too. So she said that it was fine that she missed out. But that was such a cool day. I really loved that day. We also go to see lava fields and volcanoes. We walked up a volcano, but one of the youngest volcanoes in the world. It just randomly, like from 2 kilometers. There was this island which was 2 square kilometers, and then one day a volcano erupted. It turned out to be 13 square kilometers large in that island, and it was erupting for 6 months, and it left the whole place in ashes. And it was really interesting to see, because we saw this house, and this house, it saw one before, one during, one after, and one when they remade it, basically, and probably another picture in between. But those were like that was the stages, and the one during it. It was like, you look at it and it's like, wait, they took it from like a different angle or something. It was covered like higher than the house in ashes. There was like mountains, and the sky was like sitting on a chimney. It was like mountains of ash. It was incredible. And the volcano was in 1976. I think, hopefully I'm right there, but 1976 when it erupted, so it's younger than my parents, which is kind of crazy, because you always think volcanoes to be very old and stuff like that, but it was really interesting. We got to see lava fields, 40-year-old lava fields, which was quite fun too. And the only thing that kind of ruined one of the days for me, which it didn't, like, ruining is an exaggeration, it just made like that day a little bit annoying to deal with. I have a really sensitive nose. It's like, I like the main reason if I get ill on planes, it's normally because they're serving breakfast and the smell of coffee, the airplane coffee, just, I don't know why, but it makes me feel sick. It like, that's too much information as well. But sulfur smells like rotten eggs, and it's in certain parts you can just smell just rotten eggs the whole time, and it kind of, like, I don't know, it made it harder for me to enjoy, but it was still really cool. I went to like a lagoon too, and that was fun too, and it was, yeah, so it was so cool. I have to admit though, I want to go again because I really want to see the Northern Lights, and I also want to like go into the snow, because at one point we were at this hotel and we were asking like, oh, how much snow do you get normally? And she's like, oh, very little, up to my past my hips. Have you lived in like, it's just like the fact that she said very little before, it was crazy. And yeah, no, that was crazy. So I really want to go in winter because I love snow. I love cold weather because, for instance, when we were in Scotland, before we went to Iceland, I loved the Scottish weather, because in Germany you can get really, really hot during summer, like surprisingly unpleasantly hot in summer. And I know people like, oh, it's so much hotter in other places. It was, and I do know that, it was 42 degrees when we first moved on the first week. And 42 degrees is double the temperature we normally get on a hot summer's day in Scotland, because we normally get 20, and now it's becoming, I think due to global warming, 25 degrees. And yeah, so it's actually like lovely temperature in Scotland, and so that was really, really, really cool. It was lovely. And the thing is, also, I walked in the rain in Scotland. I actually decided that I wanted to walk in the rain, even though I didn't know it was raining, and I wanted to go outside to walk in the rain, because the thing is, in Germany, when it rains, it will do 10 minutes of just bucketing down, and then it won't rain for another, like, I don't know, because I don't go outside, but it will rain for a really short period but really rough period of time, and then it will stop and it will be fine again. But in Scotland, they prolong the period as much as possible, so it's like 2 hours of just spitting or very light rain. And I like light rain because it's like refreshing. And also nobody goes outside, so you're just walking alone, and it's kind of nice. And that's, I really love that. And then wait, we have another. I went to Reykjavik, and that was really cool. And I also got to see, this is just really fun, but I got to see an Art Deco cinema. And I've only know what Art Deco was from speed builds of like Delivery and stuff, where they made like this Art Deco cinema. I saw an Art Deco cinema, and I could actually point it out and say, that's Art Deco. I found that actually a really cool experience, because it was like, hey, I'm learning stuff from the Sims. Like, people, it's crazy to like think, I don't know, it just blew my mind slightly, and it was a really cool cinema. People, like my sister was like, oh, it's slightly dark, because it was actually like really black, like a black cinema, then it had like gold Art Deco features on it, but I found it still really cool, and because I've never seen Art Deco architecture before, and well, never really truly, I guess, realized it, and that was fun. We just finished the bakery over there. I didn't even talk about it, but this is a podcast. There's just something visually appealing on screen, and I just talk about my life. Basically, that's it. But this is also, we'll talk about speed build for a second, because I did the kitchen and I cut that out because it was a total waste of time in the end, because I decided like, no, that doesn't work with that house, we're going to move it to the other house. And I tried to do the copy thing, but it was since there was one wider, I didn't end up doing that. So I decided to do the same color scheme and stuff, but in a different shape, with the kitchen facing like that, and then the dining room on the other side, which I actually really like. It looks really glamorous when you enter the place, because this one's a very glamorous like house, you know. I don't really like, so it's definitely not my style, but it's quite a nice one. It's quite nice. It's quite luxurious as well. And then, even though it does only have one bedroom, because it's 2 floors, and then the bottom floor is actually a boutique. I forgot to tell. There's 2 retail stores as well, if you're wondering. There's a bakery down in the biggest one, the one that we just did, if you saw it. And then there's a boutique down on this one. So there's 2 retail stores, and so you can actually use this as a retail lot. I don't think I'd ever use this in my gameplay, because it's just a lot. I would, if I were to, I would have them live in one townhouse, because it would be too much having 5 different townhouses. You can't even fit that many Sims and stuff like that. I know it would feel kind of just so much for so little. And also, when you're playing in townhouses, don't you get the fact that they go to the other person's townhouse to cook a meal and stuff? That's just creepy in real life. So I don't know, playing in townhouses I found is always kind of hard, unless the family is a close knit family of people, where it's the kid is in one townhouse and the a young adult kid, and then the parents in the other, so they might work that way. I don't know. So I would say clear out all of the other furniture and the other ones, because it can get laggy if you're playing on this and there's a lot of furniture, because I did add a lot of detailing into the house. So pick 1 or maybe 2 as well, because you could have a love story with this one, because this one's supposed to be a single businesswoman kind of. That's I invent characters for my houses to make it more fun for me to and create the houses. So if you're always in a rut, just create a character for a house and really stick to the character and try, and because I would never live in these townhouses. In all honesty, I don't really like the interior in any of them, but I think they suit the character that I invent, it's what keeps it new and creative for me. The Sims is that if you don't go outside of what you like, I guess, or if you don't go outside of your taste, you're going to end up in a rut and you're going to end up doing the exact same thing. But you have to do stuff that you may not like in your own place, or in anyone's place for that matter, but it's just a cool way of looking at something differently and thinking of potentials in other ways. That's, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, so this one's quite cool, because the one beside it is the 4 wide one beside it. I'm telling you all in this, the one right, on the right, you can just see there, that one has a black and navy blue one. So who knows? It could be a love story. We don't know. But yeah, so that's how I always try and keep it new for me, and I do different stuff on The Sims, because I remember I used to do, at the start of my channel, especially I was ending that phase when I started my YouTube channel about a year ago, where I'll just do traditional Tudor townhouses, and then I was getting bored of it because I was doing basically the exact same thing over and over again. And I got really good at making Tudor townhouses, I have to say, because it does take practice to get good at it. You have to really practice to build in Sims. But once I had a foundation of, I know what I like what looks good, and stuff like that, you can start really expanding. And I've been doing a lot more modern houses lately. This one isn't that modern actually, but taking inspiration from places you've been and stuff is really cool, because you're when you're on holiday, you're oh, this would be so cool in Sims, and you take a picture, and that's just, I find that so much fun. And I'm thinking of doing a modern build next week. I am losing my voice. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird. I mean, you've probably already thought that, but it doesn't matter. But I'm going to be doing a modern thing probably next build. It's going to be after the second part comes out, I think, because I'm going to try and release the parts slightly close together, at least, hopefully. And that I'm going to be doing shipping containers, because I have done the whole, just in case you're wondering, all of the townhouses are completely done. All of the footage is in. I just have to do part 2 of the townhouses. And like the voiceover part. And so I'm gonna need to find new stories, but that can be first day of school. Yay. I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. But yeah, so that's basically we're gonna do shipping containers. Yeah, probably. I have a plan in my new handy notebook that I did, and I'm kind of using like a dynamic shape, so look out for that. I'm also planning. I've been planning this for a really long time, but I wanted to get like a channel ending part, because like where it's like the previous video and all that kind of YouTube weird stuff. I want to do that because I want to redo my channel art, because I still have the channel art that I started with, and it says speed builds and let's plays are non-existent. No. Nah. We're not doing let's plays at the moment. I might do one maybe one day, but I'm not really planning on it yet, because I'm really liking just doing speed builds every few months. But so I'm gonna be hopefully changing channel art. I don't know. I tried doing one like an intro to my video. It just didn't work out. Like it really just didn't work out. So I'm gonna do attempt 2, and hopefully it works out. And I want to try and do that before next voiceover, so I can have like previous video, and hopefully I'm gonna try and do that, because I want to definitely needs a new like thing. And I might be changing my name from Kati Sims just to Kati, because Kati Sims, I don't know, it just doesn't have like the ring that I like to it, and I just think Kati is just like, it's simpler and it's really just me, like it's me. It's what everyone calls me, so I think that would be fun, like nicer to have. And I am really losing actually my voice. Okay, this is like, no matter what, this is going to be the last time I'm going to be doing this, so I've been trying to get my sleeping schedule into shape, because I really messed up my sleeping schedule, because I actually did my first almost all-nighter. I know, pretty is that we were flying back from Iceland, and during Iceland, when we were flying back, it was during the night, so our plane left at midnight in Iceland, which is 2 hours ahead. So it left at 2 a.m. German time. Then we'd fly for 4 hours. So we arrived at 6 a.m. So we did like the whole night. And I only slept 1 hour in that plane. So but then daylight came, and I was like, it's daytime. So, and you'd probably think that wouldn't affect me because I'm a vampire. But, it would only burn me. But I was like, it's day, so I would just stay up the whole day. I stayed up till 3 a.m. and I didn't sleep at all. So I didn't all night, I can't really count it as an all-nighter, but it was the closest that I'd done before. And I was just, because I didn't feel like sleeping at all. And I was like, wait, how messed up am I? I actually built for 2 hours of this house during that day. So if I make really bad decisions, we can blame it on that. So that was an interesting fact. And we're reaching the end of the build. I have another story quickly just to tell you. I was at a bakery in Reykjavik, because I forgot just to tell you, and I bought this giant marshmallow covered in chocolate, then covered in what looked like mini marshmallows, then covered in chocolate. Yeah, those mini marshmallows ended up being licorice. And I was tasting it, I was like, oh, it's a nice taste at first, and then it tasted bad. And so I took 3 bites of it, and then I gave it to my sister. And my sister was like, that's licorice. And I'm like, what? And why do people violate their mouths like that? I don't know. Licorice tastes horrible. And also the bathroom right there. If you saw that toilet, that's a first. Definitely gonna maybe be a last. Because that toilet, I was thinking whilst placing it, that eye is just really oddly placed. If you think about it, which I recommend not to, but if you do because you're sick like me, you think that eye is really badly placed, which, so that's, you can see what thoughts I go through whilst doing this. But the licorice, and it got stuck in my teeth, and the taste, it was numb in my mouth. But it was an experience. It's a funny story. But anyways, I really hope that you enjoy the speed build because we are reaching really close to the end. Wow, this one has gone a lot faster and a lot more smoothly, surprisingly. But I hope you enjoyed the speed build. Please subscribe for content. I'm not sure if it's going to be good. You can, yeah. But also give me suggestions and new build ideas because I always love building new things and stuff like that. And like this video, you can also download it on the gallery once the second part is out, but you can also check out my other builds on the gallery. My gallery ID will be down below. So if you play The Sims, you'll know what that is. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you're starting school, and good luck. We can go on this journey together. I'll probably rant about it in my next speed build, so we can complain about it to each other. You can say, are you excited for school or not? And we are going way over time. So see you and enjoy your day. Bye.